Picture this: a scene of urban chaos, a symphony of car horns, and the collective groan of a city waking up. It's a Monday morning in New York City. The concrete jungle is teeming with life, or rather with people trying to get to their lives. The air is thick with exhaust, a cocktail of fumes and frustration, and yellow cabs are locked in a honking match, each driver convinced they're the only one who knows how to navigate this mess. In the back of a custom black limousine, a man in a pinstripe suit is getting very annoyed. His perfectly tailored suit is starting to feel like a straitjacket. His knuckles are white as he grips his gold-plated smartphone. He's late for a board meeting, a meeting where millions of dollars hang in the balance, but this isn't just any CEO. He's not just another face in the crowd of corporate titans. This is Zeus. Yes, Zeus. The Zeus of lightning bolts and Mount Olympus fame. When he gets annoyed, the sky tends to notice. It's a side effect of being the king of the gods. The clouds overhead darken, swirling with his mood, mirroring his internal tempest. The barometric pressure is probably dropping as well. You'd think a god of the sky would have a better commute? Flying chariot maybe? A majestic entrance befitting his status? Tried it, caused a blackout. FAA was not amused. Turns out, divine intervention isn't always compatible with modern air traffic control. So now, he's stuck in traffic like every other mortal, stewing in divine fury. The irony is not lost on him. The driver glances nervously in the rearview mirror, watching Zeus's eyes spark with static. He's seen this before and it never ends well. He's already replaced the sunroof 3 times this month. Insurance is starting to ask questions. This is the daily grind when your boss is the king of the gods and he hasn't had his espresso. A simple caffeine fix could save the city from a meteorological disaster. The man's name is Z Sky, at least that's what it says on his business card. A clever alias designed to blend in with the mortal world. He runs Olympus Corp, a multi-billion-dollar empire with its hands in everything from energy, renewable and otherwise, to weather forecasting. A field he has an advantage in. Trading a mountain for a skyscraper has its downsides. For one, there are mortals, so many mortals, all blissfully unaware of the divine being in their midst. The limo lurches forward an inch, a low rumble of thunder echoes over the city, a warning tremor of Zeus's building frustration. Zeus taps an app on his phone, one designed by his son Hephaestus, to control the traffic lights, a perk of having a god of invention in the family. He jabs at the screen but the Wi-Fi is spotty, the signal drops. Even the gods aren't immune to the vagaries of modern technology. He lets out a roar of frustration that shakes the vehicle. The other drivers probably think it's just the thunder getting closer. A single, fat raindrop smacks the windshield, a herald of the storm to come, then another, and another, each one a tiny hammer blow against the glass. And another. The trickle is turning into a torrent. The sky opens up, unleashing a torrential downpour. The heavens themselves seem to be weeping in solidarity with Zeus's frustration. Zeus sighs, leans back, and glares at the gridlock. He closes his eyes briefly, trying to regain his composure. Being a god in the 21st century? Not as easy as he thought. The challenges of immortality in the age of technology, he was starting to miss the good old days of smiting people. At least that was efficient, and there was a certain satisfaction to it. Now he's just another executive stuck in traffic with a thunderstorm for a mood ring, a very public, very wet mood ring. The city below has no idea their morning rain is just one god's epic case of road rage. They just see another typical New York downpour. Olympus may have moved to Manhattan, but some things never change, and neither does Zeus's temper, especially before his morning coffee. Before we get too deep into his corporate drama and all the boardroom battles that await, let's recap who Zeus actually is. We need to understand his origins, his motivations, and what makes him tick. In ancient Greece, he was king of the gods. The ultimate authority, the top of the food chain, ruler of sky, thunder, the bringer of storms and justice, or at least his version of it. His dad, Kronos, swallowed his kids to avoid being overthrown. Talk about family issues. Zeus survived thanks to a rock-swapping trick by his mom Rhea, a clever move that saved the future king. He grew up, freed his siblings, a family reunion with a vengeance, and led a rebellion, a full-blown war against the old guard. After a 10-year war, Zeus became king. The new ruler of Olympus had arrived. You'd think he'd be a wise ruler, a benevolent leader, guiding his people with wisdom and fairness. Not quite. Zeus was powerful, but also famous for his temper and wandering eye. A volatile combination, to say the least. Married to his sister Hera, but constantly having affairs. Goddesses, nymphs, mortals, you name it. No one was safe from his charm, or his lightning bolt. This led to legendary drama and a lot of demigod kids. Heracles, Perseus, Helen of Troy. Most Greek myths basically fall out from Zeus's latest bad decision, a chain reaction of epic proportions. He's not just a wise old man on a cloud, he's a force of nature with the emotional maturity of a toddler who just dropped his ice cream, and has the power to level cities because of it. Immense power, family issues, and an ego the size of a planet. A recipe for disaster, or at least, endless entertainment. He demands loyalty but can't resist flirting with the new intern. Some things never change, even for a god. Zeus is a walking, lightning-throwing bundle of contradictions, a complex character to say the least. That's what makes him so much fun. He's the original drama king, the ultimate showman, and in the modern world, he's just as unpredictable, maybe even more so. So buckle up, it's going to be a wild ride. How does a sky god end up running a company in 2025? It's a question that's on everyone's mind, a mystery wrapped in an enigma, sealed with a thunderclap. The answer, as you might expect, is far from ordinary. Hostile takeover, of course, a classic power play but with a distinctly Olympian twist. Olympus Corp used to be Titan power and light, a relic of a bygone era. Run by a slow, ancient board, they were ripe for the picking. Stuck in their ways, resistant to change, they couldn't see the storm coming. Zeus saw a world hungry for power, electric, political, you name it, and seized control with charisma, a dazzling smile and promises of a brighter future. Intimidation, when charisma failed. A subtle reminder of his divine power and a little family help. You know how it is. His office, top floor of Olympus Tower, a skyscraper that pierces the clouds, a monument to his ambition, and gets struck by lightning, frequently. A little self-congratulation from the boss, he earned it, or so he believes. The decor marble walls, obsidian desk, and his master bolt disguised as modern art. A subtle flex, if you ask me. Employees swear it hums when you're called in. A sign of impending doom, perhaps? Zeus runs Olympus Corp like he ran Olympus, demands loyalty, rewards success, expects 24/7 devotion. No work-life balance here, board meetings, no PowerPoints. He projects ideas straight into your mind, saves on printing costs, I guess. Fire someone, they're transferred to the underworld division, run by his brother Hades. No one comes back. Seriously, update your LinkedIn profile before you get sent down there. His business strategy is aggressive, ruthless even. Rivals who cross him find their servers fried in a thunderstorm. Coincidence? I think not. Or develop a sudden fear of eagles. It's a phobia that spreads like wildfire in the industry. Olympus Corp's main product, the Zeus Grid, a wireless energy network. Cutting-edge technology, years ahead of its time. Powered by atmospheric electricity, or really, Zeus's mood swings. Invest in weather insurance, folks. It's the ultimate green energy source. Sustainable and terrifyingly powerful. Business is booming. Sky-high profits, literally. The competition? Terrified. They're scrambling to keep up, but it's a losing battle. The employees? Always on edge, walking on eggshells, hoping not to incur the wrath of Zeus. Welcome to Olympus Corp, where the gods are in charge, and the mortals just try to survive. Working at Olympus Corp is high stakes, high reward. Great pay, amazing dental, but you learn to read the weather like your life depends on it. When Z-Sky is happy, the sun shines, stocks soar, and there are free donuts. But when he's in a bad mood, run for cover. Profits down, the sky turns green, air pressure drops, and your tablet might short-circuit in a shower of sparks. The IT department has a protocol for localized atmospheric phenomena code for Zeus's tantrums. If he argues with Hera, head of HR, expect a hurricane forming off the coast and a tense, static-filled office. Employees check gossip sites before work. If Z-Sky's been seen with a starlet, bring a hard hat. The most terrifying event annual performance review. One wrong answer, and you might find yourself demoted to a different state of being. Some say the janitor used to be a peacock. At Olympus Corp, the weather is always personal, and the forecast depends on the boss's mood. Let's drop a few fun facts about Zeus from the old days. He wasn't just a weather god, he was the guardian of hospitality, or treat strangers well, or risk a lightning bolt to your house. His symbol, the eagle, wasn't just a logo. It was a real, gigantic golden eagle named Eidos Dios, his companion and weapon bearer. The eagle sometimes carried out punishments for Zeus. Next time you see an eagle, it might be on a mission. He had a shield called the Aegis, made from goat hide, so terrifying it could make armies flee. Sometimes it had Medusa's head on it for extra scare factor. He'd lend it to Athena, like a dad letting his daughter borrow his tank. The Aegis was the ultimate symbol of divine terror and power. Zeus's quirks and tools made him more than just a thunder god. He was a cosmic enforcer, a trickster, and a terrifying boss. Even his accessories had attitude, and that's why his legend endures. In the modern world, Z-Sky would be a tabloid superstar. Every move, scrutinized and photographed and spun into headlines. Imagine, billionaire Z-Sky's stormy split, or is Olympus Corp's CEO dating a pop star? His infamous affairs would become modern scandals. Instead of turning into a swan, he'd buy a private island. Hera, as head of internal affairs, would have access to all his emails and credit cards. Corporate espionage would be epic. The PR team? Overworked, always spinning stories about freak lightning storms and denying rumors of journalists turned into garden gnomes. Social media would light up every time he got angry in public, always with a sudden downpour. The biggest scandals? His past. Imagine a super strong athlete showing up claiming to be his son, demanding a paternity test, or a rival corporation leaking secrets about the gods' ancient war. Every day, a new crisis. For Zeus, ruling the world was one thing. Managing his image, that's the real challenge. Welcome to the 24-hour news cycle, Olympus style. Zeus isn't just a myth, he's a pop culture icon. He's been everything wise king, raging tyrant, comic relief. In Disney's Hercules, he's a lovable dad. In Clash of the Titans, a stern general. Video games love him too. God of War's main villain, Hades' boisterous uncle. He can be justice or tyranny, protector or destroyer. Every generation reinvents him, projecting their own ideas about power. Whether cartoon, boss fight, or CEO, he's always the same complicated, charismatic, dangerously powerful. Zeus is too big to ever really go away. He's the ultimate blank slate for our stories about power. You can't talk about Zeus without his family. In 2025, his relatives would run the company's divisions. Poseidon in shipping, Hades in data mining. Sibling rivalry would play out in boardrooms, Poseidon causing tsunamis, Zeus retaliating with droughts. Hades, brooding in his subterranean office, would hold a permanent grudge. Athena, head of R&D, would roll her eyes at Zeus's impulsiveness. Ares would run security, always suggesting a hostile takeover. Apollo would handle PR. Artemis would be the anti-corporate activist. Olympus Corp, the world's most powerful, dysfunctional family business. So there you have it. Zeus, the ancient king of the gods, as a modern titan of industry. The drama is timeless. Power, family, ambition, jealousy. Swap togas for suits, thunderbolts for smartphones. The chaos remains. And if Zeus is running board meetings, what are the other gods up to? The myths are blueprints for characters we still see today. Which god should we drop into the modern world next? Let me know. The elevator to Olympus Tower is waiting.